Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Brief, your number one source for news updates in Southeast Asia. First up, a man was found dead in Antipolo after begging for his life before being shot. Next, a mother, child, and jeepney driver were pronounced dead after a six-vehicle collision in Marikina. Lastly, Thailand eyes European and Middle Eastern tourists in 2025 amid visa crackdown. Here is a quick look at today's local exchange rates, followed by the weather for the Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, and Malaysia. A man was found dead in Barangay Kapong, Antipolo City after security footage captured his voice pleading for his life, followed by multiple gunshots. The incident occurred in the same area where 7 bakery workers were recently stabbed to death. According to CCTV footage from early Wednesday morning, 4 men were seen walking along a street at around 2 a.m. Although the actual shooting was not recorded on video, audio captured a heated conversation, the victim begging for his life, and then 3 gunshots. Later in the footage, the same group of men was seen again, but this time, only 3 of them returned. Some residents in the area said they heard the gunfire but were too frightened to go outside. "I even told him to go to the barangay for safety, but he refused," said one resident. "Suddenly there were gunshots, and then we heard someone had been killed. Of course we were scared. We didn't know who it was or what happened." The following morning, the man's body was found in a drainage canal. At first, people assumed he was drunk and had just fallen asleep there. "When I went outside, I saw a pair of slippers and thought, why is someone sleeping here? I assumed he was just drunk. But when I pointed a flashlight at his face, I saw it was severely disfigured. I ran straight to the barangay," said the local who discovered the body. He added that the victim was likely not from the area, since no one recognized him. Police are currently conducting an investigation to identify the man and determine the motive and suspects behind the killing. 3 people were killed and at least 10 others were injured in a 6-vehicle collision that occurred on the night of Wednesday, April 23, 2025, in Barangay Fortune, Marikina City. According to the Marikina Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, Marikina DRRMO, the crash involved a trailer truck, an SUV, 2 jeepneys, and 2 sedans. Initial investigations revealed that the trailer truck failed to climb a steep portion of the road, causing it to roll backward and crash into the vehicles behind it. The truck eventually tipped over, with the container van crushing several vehicles. Based on our initial findings, the 40-footer truck was climbing a steep road when it lost power and rolled backward, hitting and pinning the vehicles behind it, explained Dave David, head of the Marikina DRRMO. The rescue and retrieval operations lasted over 6 hours and involved personnel from the Bureau of Fire Protection, BFP, Philippine National Police, PNP, local government, Marikina DRRMO, and volunteers. David said the operation was particularly difficult due to trapped passengers. "We had one female victim who was still alive and pinned inside the Jeep. We had to be extra careful to get her out safely. Thankfully, we were able to rescue her and bring her to the hospital," he said. SFO 1 Jericho Ian Ariano, team leader of the BFP Marikina Special Rescue Force, added that the female survivor was completely pinned and extraction was very delicate. One of the survivors was a woman who had been sitting in the front seat of the Jeep and was the last to be rescued alive. The 53-year-old jeepney driver was the last fatality to be recovered. A crane and backhoe were needed to lift the container van that had fallen on top of his vehicle. Among the deceased were a mother and her child who were inside one of the sedans. The injured victims were rushed to the Amang Rodriguez Medical Center. Survivors said the incident happened very quickly after the truck began to roll backward. I saw the container van stop, but then it started rolling back. We all tried to reverse, but it happened so fast. Glass shattered and hit me. I closed my eyes. I thought I was going to die. Everything spun around and I thought it was the end, said Roger Catagoy, one of the survivors. Ryan Morrill, another survivor, recalled, I just swerved the steering wheel to avoid a collision. Thankfully, all of us in the car survived. The driver of the trailer truck is currently being held at the Marikina Police Custodial Facility as the investigation continues. Thailand's tourism authorities are shifting their focus to attract more high-spending visitors from Europe and the Middle East during the second half of 2025. At the same time, the government is tightening visa rules, introducing shorter stays for some tourists due to growing concerns over visa abuse and crimes involving long-term visitors, particularly from China, Russia, and India. Tourism and Sports Minister Nathria Thawavong, who also chairs the Tourism Authority of Thailand, TAT, has outlined a new direction for the country's tourism strategy. Moving away from its traditional dependence on Asian tourists, especially from China, the ministry now aims to bring in more Western travelers, who typically spend more per trip and have greater potential to become repeat visitors. According to recent data, Swedish tourists spend an average of 69,817 Thailand bahts per visit. Austrian tourists spend 66,729 Thailand bahts. Saudi Arabian visitors average 68,354 Thailand bahts. And UK travelers spend around 60,823 Thailand bahts per trip. These numbers reflect the kind of tourism Thailand hopes to attract as it works toward regaining the 2 trillion Thailand bahts in tourism income it last achieved in 2019. This strategic pivot comes as Chinese tourist numbers have sharply declined. As of now, only about 7,000 Chinese travelers enter Thailand each day. Overall, tourist arrivals from Asia dropped by 17% in the first quarter of 2025, with particularly steep declines seen in visitors from China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, South Korea, and Vietnam. Officials have pointed to several reasons for this downturn, including rising concerns over traveler safety, a series of widely reported crimes, and government advisories from other countries. Additionally, reduced flight availability after the Songkran holiday has contributed to the decline. While the tourism ministry pushes to draw in more affluent travelers from farther afield, the Thai cabinet has also approved new rules to shorten tourist visa durations. The move is part of a broader crackdown on overstays and illegal activity involving long-term foreign visitors. With this dual approach, tightening visa policies while appealing to wealthier tourist markets, Thailand hopes to revitalize its tourism sector and ensure sustainable growth through higher quality tourism. Thank you for watching the Daily Brief. If you enjoyed this video, please share and subscribe so you won't miss out on any future updates. Please take care and we